Hi, I'm Yuichi Nomura from Art Nomura.
Today, we'd like to show you the restoration of 2 Japanese hanging scrolls. These were sent to us by a customer in the United Kingdom. The customer told us these scrolls originally belonged to their parents, and they've been part of their life since childhood. So these are not just artworks, they're deeply meaningful family treasures. The first scroll features Shō-Chiku-Bai, pine, bamboo, and plum. In Japan, this motif symbolizes good fortune and is traditionally displayed on celebratory occasions. The second scroll features red plum blossoms, a perfect theme for early spring, around March in Japan. However, the plum scroll was in poor condition. The lower mounting section was torn, and the overall structure needed to be rebuilt. Fortunately, the painting itself was not severely damaged, but there were small tears in several places, so we needed to proceed carefully throughout the restoration. Now, let us show you the process. Removing the old backing paper. First, we moisten the scroll with water to soften the old paste, and then begin removing the old backing paper. In many cases, a scroll has 3 layers of backing paper, so we usually remove them in this order: the outer backing, then the middle backing, and finally the innermost backing. At this point, we had removed the middle backing. The most difficult step is usually the innermost layer. If the middle layer is already hard to remove, the innermost layer is often even harder. In that case, we prepare ourselves for a very time-consuming process. For this first scroll, the paste seemed relatively weak, so it looked promising. But even when it feels easy, we never rush. If we try to remove it too quickly, we may damage the painting. So we proceed slowly and carefully. As we remove the old backing paper, we keep the main artwork lightly pressed down with one hand and peel the backing little by little with the other. If we rush, the paste can pull the original paper up together with the backing, which may cause small tears. So the key is to stabilize the artwork and work gradually. And now the old backing paper removal is complete. This scroll was in good condition, so the process went smoothly. This pile is the old backing paper we removed. It is quite a lot. After drying and checking the condition, we move on to the next step. The plum scroll much more difficult. Next, we started the plum blossom scroll. From the first impression, we suspected the backing paper would be much harder to remove. And yes, it was exactly as we feared. It would not peel cleanly at all. The backing is so stubborn that it won't peel cleanly. We can only remove it by stroking and rubbing it with our fingers, millimeter by millimeter. It was extremely difficult. All right, somehow we've managed to peel off the top part for now. This is honestly way tougher than we expected. It's completely different from that Shō-Chiku-Bai scroll. We really wish it peeled as easily as the Shō-Chiku-Bai did, but no. This is what it looks like after peeling. Can you see it? It's totally different from the way the backing came off on the other one. When the backing is hard to remove, this is usually what happens. The paper, almost like tissue paper, has bonded unbelievably tightly, so the only way is to gently rub it off with our fingertips. And then it ends up like this. It breaks into tiny little fragments. If we try to force it and peel too hard, we start getting rough and we can tear the main artwork. So no matter what, we stay calm and work slowly, easing off the pressure as we go, little by little. All right, let's push through and peel the remaining half.
At first glance, we might think there's no innermost backing layer at all. It's so thin that it almost looks like nothing is there. But when we rub it gently with our fingertips like this, it does start to lift, so it is there after all. That's why we have to remove it properly, all the way to the end. If we leave this innermost backing layer in place and apply a new backing over it, the finished scroll can become stiff and inflexible. And later, the remaining old backing can start to separate and lift from the back, creating bumps and unevenness. If that happens, we may end up having to do the remounting all over again. So whenever possible, we make sure to remove it completely.
All right, so we finished peeling everything off, at least for now. That was rough. Honestly, the difficulty level was pretty high. And yeah, this kind of thing is hard to understand unless you've actually done it. Look at this. It's all tiny flakes and fragments, almost like paper dust. This is what it takes. We have to keep removing pieces this tiny over and over, and it ends up like this. For all the paper we peeled off to break down into fragments like this, that's not very common. It happens once in a while, but not often. It's a pretty rare pattern. The Shō-Chiku-Bai scroll earlier peeled off nicely, clean and smooth, but this Plum scroll was really stubborn. Still, we managed to get through it. We were able to peel it off without any major problems. From here, we'll let it dry a bit. Some tiny remnants, like leftover debris from the old backing, are still clinging to the surface. Once it's dry, we'll remove every last bit cleanly, and then we'll move on to the new backing. For both scrolls, being able to remove the old backing safely was a relief. Most importantly, we didn't damage the artwork on either one. So, overall, we're happy with how it went. All right then, let's move on to the innermost backing stage next.
New backing, urauchi. Now we apply new backing paper. We brush paste onto a fresh sheet of Japanese paper, then carefully attach it to the back of the artwork. After attaching, we tap from the back with a brush. This helps the paper fibers bond firmly with the artwork.
Once the backing is finished, we temporarily paste it onto a drying board to dry flat. This step is called karibari.
Trimming and preparing the mounting fabrics. After drying, we trim the excess backing paper and cut the artwork so the edges are clean and square. Then we prepare the mounting fabrics, cutting them precisely to match the artwork dimensions. Attaching the fabrics, tsukemawashi. Next, we attach the mounting fabrics around the artwork with paste in the proper order. This process is called tsukemawashi. Folding the edges, mimiori. After that, we fold the side edges slightly towards the back, about 3 millimeters, and paste them down. This creates a small step along both sides on the back of the scroll. Thanks to this, when the scroll is rolled, the painted surface does not press directly against the backside. It helps prevent damage, abrasion, or pigment transfer. This step is called mimiori. Final assembly.
Finally, we finish the top and bottom fittings of the scroll. At the top, we attach the haso, the crescent-shaped rod, and then add the futai, the decorative streamers and cords. At the bottom, we attach the jikubo, the wooden roller, and the scroll is complete.
Completion. And now, both scrolls are fully restored. We are pleased with the results. The overall finish looks very clean and balanced. The Plum scroll especially required intense effort to remove the old backing paper. It was a challenging restoration. The Shō-Chiku-Bai scroll originally had large stains on the mounting fabrics, but after remounting, it looks completely renewed. The Plum scroll had a torn lower section, but we were able to rebuild it into a beautiful, stable form. These scrolls were family treasures, important to our customer since childhood and deeply connected to their mother's memories. When we hear stories like this, it gives us a special kind of responsibility, and it becomes the motivation that helps us endure even the most difficult work. At Art NOMURA, we work every day to help people bring damaged scrolls back to life so they can be displayed again and passed on to the next generation. Thank you very much for watching.
On this channel, we share a wide range of videos about Japanese art and culture. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love it if you subscribed.